Day one of the racing journal. I've been wanting to document all the learning that I've been having from the training that I've been doing in the lead up to the Aussie Nationals. Around 3 months out from the Nationals, I've had about a week and a half, 2 weeks on the new race foil, the Chubanga V3, and I've already had some good learnings. A little bit down the rabbit hole of refining my harness setup, refining my pumping technique, especially for upwind. I'm on a mission to build my top speed and my kind of automatic average speed as well. They're the key goals at the moment. It's been blowing 20, gusting 30-ish all morning. It's forecast to drop a bit and it's from the north. I'm gonna sneak down to Parkdale. It's gonna be slightly offshore, but I wanna be able to play around in some flatter water with some tricky gusts here and there, because from my history of sailing in Lake Macquarie growing up, I know that Wanji can have some bandy style of breeze where you really gotta read the wind. And I think for Port Phillip Bay, this is probably the closest I can do. So gonna give that a crack today, and yeah, day one of the racing journal. So if you haven't subscribed, follow along because it's gonna be a fun journey. I'm gonna head down now. But before I do, I wanna give a massive shout out to the legends at OTB Foil Sports, PPC Foiling, and Forward Whip for supporting me on this journey towards the Aussie Nationals in 2026. These guys are making it all possible so that I can share every single thing that I learn along the way with you. So it would mean the world to me if you could support these legends for supporting me. Anyway, let's get it. On the way down to the beach, and I figured I'd also share another learning that I've had in the short 2 weeks. It's kind of an obvious one. It's a bit ridiculous that I haven't sort of refined this already, but basically I've been finding that I get about 50 minutes to an hour into my wing foil sessions and concentration starts to lag, and yeah, just get a little bit overall a bit tired. And this is definitely a nutrition thing. I don't know why I didn't think of this already. Today I'm going to be trialing out a homemade gel. So I don't know if anyone is in endurance sports, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's like a mix of maple syrup, coconut water, a few things, just to get some carbs, some quick carbs in, to see if that'll make a difference. The other thing I want to test out today is I've partially through the Foilers podcast with Mattis Gio, and he touched on how pretty much everyone carries 1.5 liters of water, and it's more from the weight advantage side of things than as opposed to hydration. So yeah, I figured let's give that a go today as well. Should be an interesting one to test out. Whew. Offshore breeze looking pretty windy, and we're here. So one of the things I'm testing out today is my harness line setup. I was playing with an adjustable one, but it's kind of a bit fiddly, so I'm going to try a fixed harness setup. Basically 3D printed this little plastic holder. Rope runs through, hitches on itself, hitches at the back as well. Bit of plastic line to keep it away from the boom, and I'll trim the excess off when I get a chance. But I want to test lengths first. Anyway, time to hit the water. Here at Parkdale, getting used to the M1R in the gust. It's definitely a different beast. There's really no room for backing off with the old M1R, so yeah, hitting some pretty cool things. I think, look at the watch, at 30. Just learning to keep the tension on whilst also staying relaxed on those big downwinds. Forearm capacity is not quite there at the moment, so just need to get hours on the water just to build that up. But overall, having lots of fun, enjoying the time on the water. It's the only session this week I was able to sneak in, so between work and the wind forecast, just didn't play ball this week. but hopefully get a good couple of hours out of this before the breeze drops out. Yeah, interesting playing around in a dying breeze. The lulls are getting longer, the gusts are getting further apart, so it's going to be fun learning how to really milk those gusts and how to get through the lulls nice and quick. Anyway, keep going. That was epic. I was out for about 2 hours, managed to crack the 30 knots again, which is really cool. The old PPC M1R, Chubanga V3 race foil. Thoughts from today, I'm definitely getting more comfortable with the gust response. I mean, as you can see, some pretty big lulls, pretty big gusts. Kind of swung more offshore towards the end of the session. Yeah, a lot of fun. I've got a bit of a list of things to improve before the next session. So main things are, I want to shorten the hose on my camelback because it's just super long and unnecessarily long. I'm going to design and print a new fixed harness system. I think the rope's still stretching in a bit, and when the rope's stretched in, it allowed the harness line to like dangle down. And with longer harness lines, I found that was okay because you could kind of flick it up onto the hook. But with the shorter harness line, didn't really allow that to happen as easily. I might play around with an extra gel, especially for those longer sessions, just to see if I can keep the concentration up. That's kind of session 1 in the books. And of course, big shout out to Forward Whip, PPC, and OTB Foil Sports for sport with all the gear. Super keen to go to nationals with no excuses this time and give it a red hot crack. I'm going to be sticking to the weekly YouTube upload schedule. I'm going to be changing things up a bit with videos like this, the usual tutorials, and maybe some kind of chill sessions as well if I have time to sneak those in too. So if you like this video, I think you'll like these ones, so go check them out as well.